actual movie. There was one scene. There's some scenes that we truncated, but there's only one scene that we took out because we just didn't need it, where Hugo was helping her train. It was after she did the first motorball test, and when after she was in the alley fight and realized she could trigger a memory through combat. So he was trying to get her to whack some things on the skates, and she almost gets a flash, but she doesn't, and she realizes it has to be a life or death situation. We just ended up using that line as a line of dialogue later instead, and not using the whole scene, just to keep it. I wanted to keep it pretty tight, because that's just felt like the pace of it. I think that was it. Really, there's nothing. I wouldn't include it on the Blu-ray or anything because we'd have to go do all the visual effects for it. We cut it really early, and it was the first day of shooting it, so we were just kind of getting our bearings, and it was not an essential scene, so it was a good scene to start with.
I'm sorry, but we haven't mentioned a scene that, to me anyway, was absolutely mind-blowing, is when ALITA, so let's talk about love, shall we, literally offers her heart, which I thought was absolutely amazing. And we haven't talked yet about, you just mentioned Hugo, but we haven't really talked about the other heart of the film, which is literally a love story. How did you, it has a love story at many levels. It's also about our differences, isn't it? And how love, basically, whether it's human or cyborg, is love.
For Jim Cameron, the scene where she says, "I will give you my heart," that was such a focus to him in the writing of the script that it all revolved around that for him as he developed this story out. So, again, it's metaphorically, it means so much, and I think, science fiction is a great opportunity to be a metaphor for the world in which we live. Whether it's the "I give you my heart," or whether it's falling in love with somebody that you've looked down upon, their type of people, or whether it's finding yourself in a world. That's what we do with cinema, and science fiction allows us to do that in a unique way.
Even Iron City is a metaphor for many places nowadays that we feel dumped into, right?
It is.
Right?
Absolutely.
Question.
J'avais une question. Oui. J'aurais voulu savoir, les films adaptés de manga, de jeux vidéo, en règle générale, ça fonctionne pas très bien au box-office ou au niveau de la critique. Est-ce que vous avez une sorte de pression par rapport à ça?
Well, films adapted from mangas or video games are not known to be really great box office hits. Was there any pressure or anything that was attached to that knowledge or feeling?
I didn't know the manga that well before, because when I first heard about this project, it was back in 2000. I saw an announcement that Jim was going to make this his next movie. It had a picture of Jim, and it had a picture of ALITA from the manga. So I thought, I can see why he would want to do that, because it's a really strong female protagonist, a cyborg, it's futures, all this stuff Jim loves. And I purposely stayed away from the manga because I didn't want to. It said it was his next movie, so I thought it was going to come out in a couple of years. So I thought I don't want to spoil the story and know what's going to happen. So I stayed away from it. So my first exposure to the story was actually reading Jim's script, not the manga. I actually read his script first and thought it was just fantastic. And then I went and read the manga and saw how he took the manga and he really crafted a very cinematic story that could play to the whole world. So it wasn't like with Sin City where I was going and taking each page and just making it move, where I was truly just translating it, not even adapting it. I was just making that move on screen. This was really a translation that he did, an adaptation that he did, where he took the essence of the manga, but created a whole, much more, even the creator saw it and was surprised by how much heart and emotion that it had. It went way beyond what was in the manga. So we felt that we had something really special that didn't rely on people's pre-knowledge of the manga or having to stay super true to every frame of it, like I had done religiously on the other pictures.
Dernière question. With micro.
Good evening. I got a question from Mr. Rodriguez again. Sorry, guys. In your movie, we can recognize a lot of references to other blockbusters like Transformers, Pacific Rim, or Ghost in the Shell. So my question is, what were your influences? What movies and what artworks inspired you in the making of this movie?
Really, it was just the original art of Kishiro, and sometimes people say, "Hey, were you inspired by Rollerball?" It's like, well, no, Kishiro might have been, because that was actually Motorball was in his original manga graphic novel. So sometimes artists tend to pastiche different influences that they have. So if it's in the movie, it's because it came secondhand from the original source material. Or we really, went by, the design even is very reality based. Like for me, when we're designing like her shoulder that's under her shirt most of the time, for me, it doesn't really matter if it really connects correctly. But Jim is very different. He's very much, things have to really look like they would work or he doesn't buy it. He would say, let me see what's right here. No, that wouldn't move forward like that. You have to redo that. He would tell the guys to re-engineer it and redesign it so that it could actually work. So that really informed a lot of the design, more than any other movies. It was really based more on reality than on fiction.
It's the old thing. Form follows function.
So true. Merci beaucoup.